Culture, alright? You grew up in some kind of culture, everybody grows up in a different culture. And I had to get used to a whole new different vibe after coming to America. Many of those will be complaints, so watch at your own discretion. Anyhow, let us get into American schools are a whole lot different compared to Asian schools. My first stereotypes of American schools came from the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie, which honestly made American schools look like the place where shit only gets more real the more you go. Yeah, I didn't really watch through the whole movie, and didn't really give me that much of a positive image on American schools. Now, cut to 5th grade, when I came here, on the first day, I noticed my classmates were wearing their own clothes of choice. Now, in Asia, we had standard issue uniforms, and we even had a whole schedule on what to wear during which day of the week. So seeing American students being able to wear their own clothes of choice was quite a relief to me, as I felt more freedom for individual expression and such. People were free to go out during lunch. Social vibe was a lot more chill. Punishment weren't allowed by law. People hanged out in a much more casual manner than in Asia. I was treated as the new guy from another country, so I got along pretty well with everyone, basically. I think the biggest culture shock to me was the fact that there were people dating and 10 or 11 years old in 5th grade and 6th grade. Now, I know this was probably rare, but, the fact that it did exist was still mind-blowing. Also, school drills, because I didn't understand how some dude's going to come in with a literal firearm and shoot up the facility for whatever reason. But that's more of an American society thing for another time, I guess. I think another big difference were school sports. So as someone who grew up in a whole culture where nobody cared about school-oriented competitive sports, I was blown away by the amount of culture America puts into school sports. All right? Are they cool? Yes. I would say in some cases even very cool. But two things that I do try to understand, and I can't, are number one, people can deadass get some of the lowest GPAs and still make it to the top schools as long as they were able to get good sport performances. And two, such attention being put on school sports meant that a bunch of school districts poured way too much energy and resources into sport activities instead of actually teaching people stuff. So they're just neglecting their education to kids. I don't know. I think it's pretty sad. And in the end, I just feel like American schools are a lot more chill and free compared to East Asian schools, that I went to at least. And I would say I preferred American schools over Asian schools, since my school district isn't chronically underfunded and too sport focused because we suck. Let's just start with public transit, one of, if not the most neglected thing in all of American infrastructures. Public transit in America isn't just lacking, because even those that exist are all in some kind of diabolical state. The Asian metros I'd be riding on are clean, efficient, on time, and safe. And all the Americans one are old, as in like outdated, inefficient, dirty, unsafe, not an issue for me, but certainly for many, and overpriced. From all my experiences riding the public transit, I can definitively conclude that American public transit can get kicked ass by almost any East Asian public transit network. That's the bus, the trains, the metros, and even the ferries. I genuinely don't see much hope in American public transit improving to Asian standards in the next half a century. Now, I took the bus ride less than 10 miles in length, and I had to pay over $5 because apparently the public transit needs to pay for parts of the tolls or something, or the maintenance for the road or something. How can you neglect your service to a point where your system also needs to be charged extra on? Okay, so I'm editing now, so apparently it's because of zoning that makes you have to pay over $5 for like a 10-mile ride, but still, I don't care. It's still way too much. You're paying literally half the price for the distance you travel. That is crazy. I don't care what you say. It's still overpriced. Anyhow, we'll be back. Okay, we got people getting free bus rides in Asia, and we still gotta pay for the government system, only to be told on again because, I don't know, we don't give a damn about public transit here in North America, and we don't incentivize people to use them. Anyhow, I need my local transit authority to just stop being money hungry, because we ain't your sugar daddy. Alright. Something else I have very major issues with America is also the large-scale, industrially built urban sprawls, which are just so depressing to live in without an actual sense of community, which is also why America has an obesity problem. Because in Asia, all the gramps, unks, and aunties and grannies be working out in the park or dancing in the morning and night. So you work out, and you also get a sense of community. One stone, two birds, accomplished in the best manner. Now, I know it's because, America is so big for us to build, and we like individualized homes and such, but like a playing kid would rather be in a compact area where he can easily reach his friends, have a distinct center to hang out, and use service and amenities, like a town center and parks and stuff. So, yeah, this also extends into the American roads and their dire state of being the only viable method of transport and use for any average Joe, if you can afford a car, of course. Big roads that are ugly, inefficient, and just miserable to drive in. Okay, that doesn't matter, okay? It just sucks to drive or to go there to shop or work or anything, okay? And there's an unnecessary amount of parking lots. Jesus, how many are there? Simple question, okay? Would you rather live in this street of mid-rises next to a park with shops on all the corners owned and operated by community members that you know and trust, that is also walkable and paired with access to buses and metros, or a soulless road where all the houses look exactly the same, and the only way you can access services and amenities are by driving a few miles onto this road and getting the thing there without any alternative methods? Now, I know the first picture looks chaotic and ugly to many, including me, but I'm asking you all for real because I would rather live in the first place, okay? Like, this is just not the way to go, okay? It's like choosing a room with the ugliest colors over a white room because, yeah, the ugly colors are, ugly, but there's an actual life to it, as opposed to a seemingly harmonic atmosphere that is just depressing, soulless, and would drive you insane. Now, I think when it comes to living space, Asia beats America without a doubt, because I hate American-esque suburbs. My sympathy goes out to any person stuck in a suburb that is unable to drive and access the outside world. Yeah, I don't understand the obsession, alright? Best of luck to y'all. At least I live in a historical enough East Coast town, so we do have walkable streets and town centers, but my experience with Strohs and other suburbs are not good at all. Alright, and last thing for public services and amenities, public healthcare, because I don't understand how the richest country in the world doesn't even have public healthcare. It's just, I don't understand. So I had like a residence card, which is similar to a green card in Taiwan. So I'm not even a citizen, and I could access public health care. So anytime I get a scratch, I have a flu or anything, I could go to the doctor without any worries because it's so cheap to actually go there. And I know it's in a dire state of needing to be reformed and stuff, but like it still works. All right, America's the richest country in the world. Somehow they don't have it. Okay, I don't understand. So, yeah, America, you suck when it comes to healthcare. Y'all are slacking.
What's gonna happen? Am I gonna blow up?
American food, a world-renowned mark on American culture and identity. Food is probably by far the most impactful part of America, for my experience. First is the sweetness, because, my God, why is everything so goddamn sweet? And more importantly, why is everything that America has banned everywhere else? So, American candies are banned in Europe because of color dyes and health concerns. American meats are controlled items in Asia and Europe because American meats are subpar in terms of quality, both taste and actual content, nutrients and protein, to Australian, European, or Asian meat. And the calories and sugar in American foods are, the whole eye-opener. So, do these foods taste good? I would say yes, actually. They're not bad at all. But are they worth for what it is, both your health and wallet? I would say maybe not. Probably not, actually. Another big shock and complaint that I have with American foods are the commodification. Okay, like Japanese sushi, matcha, boba tea, all of those have seen a common fate in America, okay? Commodification. Because I swear every time when I go to Chinatown and see the price of boba tea, I get a heart attack from the astronomical charge and not the sugar that they have in it. Okay, for the amount of charge that you have to pay for the boba tea, okay? I could get a large boba tea in Asia for maybe $2 to $4. Yet it cost me $7 to $10 for one in the US. Why? Human resource costs? Probably human resource costs, but like still, $3 to $4 the price is still crazy to me, okay? And then there comes sushi, okay? No matter where I go, the supermarket, some random sushi store on the road, they're hella expensive. And for what? A few seaweed wrapped pieces of rice and fish for $15? Like, fuck no. I'm done with the commodification of foreign foods. You know, when they talk about cultural appropriation, this is what I'm saying, okay? Praising this or that food item, then making it cost a fortune, okay? I'm gonna go chill out now. Alright, in conclusion, I do love both sides, but I'd probably still choose Asia over America, alright? At least for the moment. Some other honorable mentions for culture shock are the fear of exposing your feet is bigger in America. School parties. Early driving in teens from 16 or whatever your age it is for your state. no bathroom urinal covers in a lot of places. Like, are we that poor? Oh, and deodorant, and yeah, so that's my first video. Don't mind the very randomness in the scripting and video production, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.